All right, dog poop and grass eating. Let's talk about that on our walk with me and Gus. Release. All right, come walk with us. We're gonna talk about poop and grass eating. Very similar and related, but for very different reasons. So let's first go through poop eating. So dogs eat their own poop, other animals' poop, other dogs in their family, and wild animal poop, farm, all of that. So it's really all similar. And here's why. The food that an animal eats goes through the entire digestive tract, and it's covered in probiotics. Dogs know this, and they're self-treating for their own dysbiosis or gut imbalance through the only thing that they have easy access to. This is the key, easy access. So on a walk, off or on leash, they may come across another animal's poop, and they immediately like, great, here's a supplement for me. I'm not getting anything else that I need, so I'll use this. They're doing the best they can with what they have to work with. And Dr. Billinghurst always says that often what comes out the other end, there's Gus, what comes out the other end of a dog is usually more nutritious than what went in their mouth. He especially refers to kibble that way. So he says that dogs that eat kibble actually excrete at the rear end in the form of poop, something more nutritious than it was in the bowl. And that's because it's covered in all these great microbes that went through the whole digestive process, and it's pre-digested. Well, this is what we do at Gussy's Gut. We pre-digest, but through fermentation in a very clean and obviously healthy way, not through an animal's digestive tract. And we also do it with all of these amazing plants, whether they be vegetables, tubers, herbs, grasses, or sprouts. We ferment them just the same way that they get fermented in the gut or belly and digestive tract. Hey, are you ready for another ball? Yeah? Let me throw this one for him here. Through the digestive tract of another animal. Release, go get that. Good boy. There he goes. And so the digestive tract is really the fermentation tank of an animal. And so we all know that it's less desirable to eat an animal's poop because you're also getting all of the things that go with that animal. You don't know if that animal's got parasites or is healthy or not healthy, and it could have all kinds of things that we don't need to go into. And so what we do is we have created an optimized, is the most important keyword here, an optimized, idealized version of nature through the plants that Dr. Billinghurst selected for the boost reset phase, and then the maintenance phase with sustain. And then we added youthful grasses as this like supercharger that you can add to either boost or sustain. If you want to give your dog the best that you can, do the best the most you can, and for the most impact, quickest results, you add youthful grasses to either one of those. Now, grass eating, same thing, but for different reasons. So drop, good boy. All right, go get that. I'll talk to you while he's in the background. Good boy. Grass eating is different. Dogs are doing the same self-treating, but with grasses for prebiotics. These are plant fibers. So the plant fibers are what dogs are seeking out in grasses. We also have prebiotics in all of our Gussy's Gut products. These are all plant-based, but they're healthy. So instead of grasses that are made to be lawns, those aren't bred, they're not species that are good for nutrition. Ours are all designed for nutrition, obviously. So even in our grasses and sprouts, you've got grasses that are actually food-based grasses. So like wheatgrass and all of that. So I just wanted to share with you that they're very linked together. People do want to know why. Why is my dog eating poop and grass? It's really for the same reasons. It's to self-treat the gut, but they're seeking a different thing. Sometimes dogs are doing both, poop and grass eating. But if you have a dog that's eating grass, it's more for prebiotics. And if you have a dog that's eating poop, it's more on the probiotic side. And so that's where we help. We help with both of those needs. We satisfy both those needs with our healthy boost, sustain, and youthful grasses options because they're fully fermented. And I think the thing that people need to understand is that it really comes down to the foods that their dog is eating is just in some way not meeting all the nutritional needs for that dog. And this gets into a much more complex issue. You can't look at one bag of so-called premium food or even one raw pet food meal or one home cooked meal and say that it's good for every single dog. So the way you just think about this, rather than getting confused or even a little bit frustrated, is you just say, you know what, my dog knows best. He or she's trying to self-treat, and I'm going to do the best I can to resolve that need and that gap in their nutrition. And this is where we could help. And if you look at our comments on our social media and our testimonials and all this is what you see with people time and time again. Some dogs, most dogs within 90 days, some dogs as short as 2 or 3 days, those instincts of poop eating, grass eating shut right off. So I hope that didn't gross you out too much. And I just wanted to tell you the truth, get on here and tell you exactly why with Gus during our walk, exactly why these dogs are doing this. And it isn't a behavioral issue. We have a lot of people spewing a lot of opinions, and that's fine. I get my opinions from the best vets in the world. This is exactly what they told me. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes, you, of course, in like under 1% of dogs could have these anxiety issues where they're grabbing grass, or they've been conditioned through training and the owner's response to do things that the owner doesn't like. And it's even more of a behavior because they're getting egged on by their owners. But most of them are not. Most of them are doing it instinctually, and it's because they know best on how to treat themselves for the deficiencies that they have in their diet. So I hope that helps. Thanks for walking with me and Gus. I'm gonna throw him another ball. Good boy.